Hello again and welcome to Erlang, and we are now going to talk about bit syntax. Now, bit syntax is generally the kind of boring stuff that you don't want to do. It's all sorts of troublesome things. Most languages have support for manipulating data um, when it comes to binary data. But it's rather raw. But in Erlang, it can be a lot of fun playing around with binary. Um, this was, of course, necessary for the telecom applications, but um, it's got much more fun uses. The way we do it is we enclose bit syntax is enclosing binary data between what are called duck chevrons. So it's pretty easy to do. So suppose let's start with an example. Let's say that we want to choose a um, a color, and we want to store an orange pixel of true color 24 bits. And if you want to see what the hexadecimal notation is usually written as, so a color is usually written as a hex number of, say, red, green, blue. So that's how usually it's done. So, but what we do is that if we find out actually a color, and here's another way to do it. Let's see if we can find out an orange color somewhere. So if you look at that, if you look at this online and try to see what it gives you, then hexadecimal for an orange color is FFA500. That's fair. That's fine. Let's just do that. Then it's AAF500, and that's a hexadecimal number. Now, because it's hexadecimal, we must put. Hang on. Did I say AA? No, it was FFA500, and because it's hexadecimal, we must put 16 before the number and a full stop at the end. So now we got, that's the color, that's hexadecimal, and what Erlang spits out is the decimal value of that. Right, now we're going to define a pixel. There's a pixel of color, but this time we're going to close it in these pointy brackets and specify that it's 24 bits. And when we do that, it spits out the RGB values, which is fantastic. 255, 165, and 0. So basically what it says is put the binary values on 24 bits of space, red on 8 bits, green on 8 bits, and blue also on 8 bits. So that's 8 times 3 is 24 bits, and color has been split up. Now we can play around with this. So let's say we have a whole bunch of pixels, and these are also in binary, but this time we've got RGB values with us. So we got 213, 45, 132, 64, 74, 32, or 42, I don't know, 76, 0. I said another one, 2, 3, 4, 32, 15. Yeah, okay. We've got pixels in this format, and now we can split them up. Let's say we want more pixels out of it. So we go to pix1, pix2, pix3, pix4, equals pixels. So now it's going to match both sides. But it doesn't. It's got a problem with it. It's got a problem with it because we put 4 pixels here, but we didn't specify how big we want them to be. So let's specify now that we want 24 bits for each of them. 24 bits, 24 bits, and 24 bits for each pixel. And aha, we get the matching back. Now what we could do is actually find out what pixel 1 was. Pixel 1, okay, not fair. Pixel 1, not fair. Pixel 1, 24 bits, please. There you go. These are the RGB values of pixel 1. We could even split them out further and pattern match these separately. So here's red. No. Specify, please. Red of 8 bits, green of 8 bits, blue of 8 bits, which is equal to pixel 1 of 24 bits. Specify that. And doom, it matches out. So now if you want to find out what red was, it will tell you exactly. So you can pick these out. You can pick these out, convert between binary and hexadecimal, and pick up. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just fantastic? What is amazing? So, do we have to do it all the time? No, we could even take it out separately. So we could also just say, hey, we only want the red of 24, and the rest is binary. We don't care. And this is equal to pixels. So let's just pick that up. And what we find is all of these. And now if you say what is red, it gives you two. Oh, sorry. We need to know. We need to know what was red. Yeah. So we got the red value. Oh, hang on a second. Red was 8. Red was 8. We want 8. So yeah, not all 24. We just got 132. That's what we wanted. Okay. We chose red 24. For if we had taken instead of 24 and we had just taken 8 bits, I'm sure it'll have a problem because we've already defined it. So let's not define it as red. Let's define it as rouge, as 8. And rouge is not defined then, is it? No, it's unbound. Right, so what we got here, no match on the right hand side value, no match on the right hand side value, red with 8, but rouge with 24, would that work? That would work. So that's how we can do, and also choose to create some binary comprehensions with bit syntax. That's also possible as long as we specify. We can specify all sorts of things that we did. For example, here the types, the signed, the Endianness, and the units. So if you wanted, as we said, we wanted 8 bits or 24 bits, and pick that out of just as we did with lists. We can do that with binary as well. We can do bit shifting. with binary. That's easy to do. Bit shifting is binary. For example, here's a number. That's 100 in binary, which is 4. Yes, it's 4 in decimal. Now this can also be when it's bit shifted and you have a 10 instead, bit shifted to the left by 1, and that makes sense too. So that's also there. You could do just that much. Bit shift to the right by 1 and see what that does. We just remove this. That's all right. And we have similarly binary and, you could do binary and, or, and other things. So we could do binary or with something. We could do binary and. We could do binary, oops, bxor, and binary not. Oh, sorry, no. There you go. So we can do all of these things with binaries. We can also do binary comprehensions, just like we did with lists. We created lists from other lists. Well, we can create lists with binaries. So, for example, we could create, is x unbound? We don't know. Do we have value? No, we don't have value for x. Brilliant. So we create a list of x's such that binary x is coming in from binary series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, such that the x is an even number. X divided, x remainder of x divided by 2 is 0. And so we get 2 and 4 in our list. The only difference in syntax is that in list comprehensions we use this, and in binary we use this. So, for example, we could take pixels. Yes, we remember our pixels. We could do an RGB, which is a list comprehension from a tuple with R, G, B, such that R of 8, green of 8, and blue of 8 are coming in from pixels, and we will create a new list, very neatly split up into these tuples. Now, what's really have to be careful about is that the elements of the binary require clearly defined size if you want to generate it. So if you say, for example, create another thing called a binary such that the binary is coming in from a list of 3, 7, 5, 4, 7 binary list, binary. Oh my God, we got a lot of problems. But if we specify this, simply that the bin that we are creating is of binary type, and it's coming in from there, we have no problems. We have a nice binary comprehension. We could also create a binary comprehension with a binary generator. So if we choose this fixed, as long as we specify, so we've got another binary happening, and this time it's say x plus 1, which is an integer type, and we close the binary, which is coming from x, which is binary. But where is it coming from? It's coming from another binary. It's coming from a binary comprehension, which is 3, 7, 5, 4, 7, and then we close that. We're going to add 1 to each of these guys. As you can see, it's 48658. It's perfectly fine, perfectly valid binary comprehension from a binary generator, as long as we have a fixed size rule respected.